Hello my hair warriors, it's me, Aaron O'Brien, yes, your friendly neighborhood hairdresser. This video is sponsored by Lordhair.com. Today we are talking about getting ready for your hair system and getting it on in the morning in 5 minutes or less. So why don't you follow me and we'll get started and show you exactly how it's done. So it's the night before, so we want to make sure that we can get done in 5 minutes or less the next day, so we're out the door quickly. So the first thing we want to do is we've removed the system, and I have it right here, and I've removed the tape. We want to make sure that we clean our system really well, so you can wash this in the basin and make sure that you get rid of all that dirt and grime. So you may as well follow me over here while I wash. So I like to use a dish soap, or you can use an exfoliating wash, like a cleansing wash, but I always like dish soap. I think it gets it squeaky clean. So you're gonna wet down your system because it has a little bit of stickiness there. And then we're gonna add our shampoo. I just like to add a little bit. You don't have to use it too much because you are going to shampoo this twice to make sure that you get off all the residue. So a thing to know as well is that the shampoo is actually going to go through our mesh here if you have a lace system. So you don't have to put too much on the other side because it will go through. And when you're cleaning, make sure you massage through. This usually takes about 1 to 2 minutes to wash. So after your first, you do a little rinse. And then we get on to our second shampoo. Just drizzle it around. Make sure you really concentrate around the hairline as well, because we get a lot of stickiness around the hairline, especially when it gets into the hair. So make sure you get it in there. And the second wash, you don't have to overdo. It's just a light wash. And you turn your system around, and you just gently put it through the hair. Now a little tip is, make sure you don't push down on the hair too much, because if you have a lace system, you don't want to come in through the other side because it can irritate the scalp and head. So make sure that you gently just push forward and move the hair around and have your hands underneath like this as you're cleaning on the top, so you're not pushing any of that hair through. Okay, and we're gonna rinse. Make sure that you rinse your system really well. If you have too much residue on the system from the shampoo, your tape will not stick correctly. Okay, once everything's rinsed, you want to add a little bit of conditioner. Now, I mean like the smallest amount, and I just put it on the tips of the hair. So just bring it through, because you don't want any conditioner going through your system. You want to keep it just on the hair itself, because again, that can affect the tape, how long the tape lasts, if it adheres to the mesh or the thin skin or anything. You want to make sure that you just put that on the ends. You can leave it sit for about 30-40 seconds and then rinse it out. And make sure again you give it a really good rinse. You want to make sure you rinse it really well. And then you take a towel, you lay your system on the towel flat, you fold it over, and you press down. Don't rub it too vigorously, just press and let the towel absorb all the water from your system. You want to avoid the hair matting. Okay. Now the system is beautiful and clean, but not clean enough because we want to add some alcohol. So we're going to cleanse now just to make sure that we have no residue or stickiness on our system. So I like to use these cotton pads. We take a little bit of alcohol and let the alcohol absorb onto the pad, and then gently just bring the cotton around the system just to make sure that it is nice and clean. Now you can see I have a little bit of stickiness around here. We want to make sure that we get it off. And then around the hairline, I just like to dab, because we don't want to be rough around the hairline. We want to make sure that we're as gentle as possible. So just dab around the hairline with the alcohol. And then once you get to the thin skin, you can wipe. And then again, the lace, we just dab it all around. Perfect. Okay, we are all disinfected and we are super clean. Next, we just leave that dry for about 30 seconds to make sure that the alcohol has fully evaporated from the system, and then it's just left clean and dry before we apply the tape. So if we want to make sure that we're super quick in the morning, we can tape that night and just leave the tabs on, or tape most of our system to save us doing too much in the morning. So we're going to peel this off. And try keep your hands away from the tape when you are taking these tabs off, because you don't want them sticking to your fingers and destroying the shape of the tape. Okay, we have that off. And then try avoid actually touching the tape itself. And now we have this on a dome, which you get from Lordhair.com as well with your system. And then we are just going to place around the edges. And like I said, you can just put a few tabs and then just add in the morning. Okay, there's the first one. And because this shape is more of a U at the front, I use those U shapes. You can use the scissors instead of your teeth when you're opening your packets. And then at the back here, we have our C shape. So I'm gonna place that on as well. So just undo the tabs. And again, try your very best to avoid touching the tape, because sometimes you'll end up wasting a tape because it sticks to your hands and you can't get it off. Okay, and then we're going to take and then just match it up. And these domes are great because it really helps you get the shape perfectly around. And then for the sides, I take this. I love this. These are great. This is a breathable tape, and this is the the Extend-A-Bond Plus. And then I just cut to shape. So usually to measure up, I take it from the edge here of the system and bring it here to the edge of where the C shapes. So then I just bring it along, and then we can see here is where I want to cut it. So I just keep my finger there, and then I just chop away. And then again, we peel these tabs, just like this. And then we're going to place it just on the outer corners. Use your dome to maneuver your system around, works best for you. Then I bend the tape like this, and I just place in the corner, and then I work my way around and then place. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So after you prepare your system, you want to make sure that you shave your head. So to prep to shave your head, all you're going to need is your razor, and I also like to use a close razor as well to make sure that you get it right to the scalp. So I'm taking my razor and I am shaving around the front of my hairline, trying to get as close as possible. Then you want to make sure that you hold the edges of your hair down, the longer pieces, because we want to make sure that we don't cut them. Then you're going to take your razor and gently shave around, watching every piece that you do shave, because you want to make sure that you don't go too low and keep it at the same line every single time. So once you have all of your edges done, you can really concentrate on the middle of the head, making sure that that gets shaved. And then I like to take a mirror. So I take a smaller mirror and I turn around and look into that bigger mirror so I can shave my hair behind. Make sure you move your head as close to the mirror at the back as possible. So again, you can see every move that you're going to make and you can get those perfect, crisp, clean lines. Once I have the first shaving done, I'm going to take my close shaver, and don't worry about these. You can be as rough as possible and go over the lines if needs be, because it only shaves the stubble. So if you do go over a little bit, that's completely fine. It's not going to shave your long hair, only the short hair. Now this is going to give you that baby skin feel. It's going to be super close, and you'll probably get an extra maybe 5 to 7 days on your hair system because you're going to shave it this close. It's fantastic. Okay, our system is done, our head is shaved, and we want to make sure that we wash our head, because in the morning we want this to be seamless and simple, so we can just pop the system on and get it done in less than 5 minutes before you leave. If you have an oily scalp, you can wash your hair again in the morning. Just give it maybe one quick wash to make sure that the surface is very clean to work on, because we want to make sure that that tape sticks and your system lasts really long. Okay, so here we are next morning, and the challenge is I have to get this on my head in 5 minutes or less. So everything is prepped here. We have our alcohol, we have our skin prep spray, and I have pre-cut, and I do it just before at night time, is I pre-cut a few pieces to be able to just put it straight onto my system, so it makes it a lot easier. And of course I have some cotton pads to be able to clean my own head as well. Okay, so we're gonna start the timer now. Okay. This is gonna be non-stop. Help me. Help me. Here we go. Have to get a try.
You don't actually.
Right. I don't know how long that took, but yeah, okay, we did it. It's possible. So making sure that you prep before is super important. Always make sure that you prep before. And then on the day, like in the morning, make sure that you just take your time. Don't sweat too much when you're putting the tape on, and you can be done in no time. Like, it looks like really good. It's right to the edges, and if I can do it, anybody can, because sometimes I get really stressed under pressure. But no, I'm glad I was able to do it. It's good. I'm probably going to put a bit more styling work into this so it looks even prettier. But yeah, less than 5 minutes. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you have any comments below, if you want me to do any challenges, let me know below. Don't forget to click all the links, follow lordhair.com, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!